Hello. How are you? I'm doing just fine. My name's Walrus, and welcome to my show. I know what you're thinking. Not another old guy on my YouTube. Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself before we get into the show, shall we? First of all, where have I been? Where have I been? Where have I been? Well, the last time you saw me on any sort of streaming platform where you saw my face was probably somewhere around 10 years ago. And recently, I've been watching a lot of YouTube podcasters. A couple names that you may or may not know that I will be talking about in the future. So these are some of my favorite ones. The John Campea from the John Campea Show. Then we've got Grace Randolph from Beyond the Trailer. She does movie news. And then we've got Nick Vial, the former Bachelor, who does he does a lot of love advice. And so I've been watching these people, and I'm saying to myself, you know what, Walrus, you should get back on this platform. Actually, I'm not even on this platform. This is the first time I've ever been on this platform because that's how long ago I've been doing this. I've been around for so long that I've been around before YouTube Live. That's right, before this platform. I've been around for that long. Then, of course, I left and did some podcasting with my good friend Terry. We did a show called Two Total Jerks during the Trump years, and Terry didn't want to talk about Trump anymore, so we had to stop doing that because you're going to get to know me on this channel, and you're going to get to know that I'm no fan of Joe Biden, but I truly hate Donald Trump. So, where have I been recently, you may ask? Well, we have to go back to 2020 now, don't we? Now, 2020 was the start of COVID, and you may be watching this saying to yourself, I love the COVID years. Government gave me free money, got to work from home, and everything was hunky-dory. Then you've got the small few of us, the people that worked in the service industry, the people that worked at theme parks, or the people that worked at restaurants or hotels, or strippers. And people like me. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. And people like me who build websites for a living. And let me tell you, nobody in 2020 wanted a website built. Nobody in 2021 wanted a website built. Nobody in 2022 wanted a website built. It was only until last year that my business came back. So what did I do, you ask? Well, I sold everything I had, and I had a friend of mine who rescued me and moved me up to upstate New York. And I will be forever grateful for that. And I lived there for about a year. And then I found myself in California for about 4 months. Not a great scene for me. That's all I'll say about that. And then I left California and I moved back to the East Coast. And I'm not going to tell you where I'm at, people. I have too many people stalking me. Not going to tell you where I'm at. I'm on the East Coast. I ended up moving in with an old friend of mine, that I've known over 30 years, who's also a bachelor and also doesn't have kids. So we are not, he is not my partner. He's a wonderful man, but he's not my partner. And I've been living here for the last 2.5 years. Building my company, my web design company back up, and I decided it was time to get back on this platform. And I'm doing it tonight because everybody's got tomorrow off. Hey, happy Independence Day for those of you watching from around the world. Tomorrow we celebrate here in the States our Independence Day, so that's going on tomorrow. So if you hear some fireworks in the background, it's my neighbors, because I live around a whole lot of rednecks. And if you're asking if I'm drinking a Diet Mountain Dew right now, but I'll be popping open my bottle of vodka in about 55 minutes. That's when the fun begins. That's when the real fun begins. So, how does this show work? If you've never been here before, if you've never heard of me, and you want to know how this show works, I'm going to tell you how it works. We're going to cover all kinds of topics. We're going to cover pop culture topics. We're going to cover hot topics. We're going to cover lots of stuff that I like, comic books and movies, movie news. And we're also going to sprinkle it with a little bit of politics because we live in a political world. As Madonna would say, it's not a material world, it's a political world. And if you're not up to local politics, get on the bandwagon, my friend, because your rights and liberties are on the line. So, for my first topic, we're going to, and by the way, it's my first time using this software. I think I'm pretty good at it. I think I got the hang of it, but we'll see. So we'll see. So I'm gonna go arrow here, and then I'm gonna click on the arrow, and I'm gonna move it down like this. Oh, look at that! There we go. And so if you live under a rock, you probably saw these two fools on your television show last Thursday. If you didn't see them on your television sets that night, you probably saw clips of it, and you were, as probably like me, horrified, absolutely horrified. We have the Orange, former reality TV show host, which I'm not sure how he won the first place. You're not going to catch me voting for reality TV shows. You know, I'm not going to vote for Jeff Probst from Survivor, for example. He's probably a Republican, though. So the Orange reality television show host versus the lifelong politician, or the Crypt Keeper versus the felon. And a lot of people, that night when I was watching MSNBC, on MSNBC, I was flipped in between MSNBC and Fox. And the people on MSNBC, including Rachel Maddow, were going crazy and talked for about 45 minutes on how we can replace Biden. And I'm here to tell you, that's not going to happen. Okay? I'm going to break it down for you in very simple terms, and then we can move on, because I want everybody to understand that Biden is not going anywhere. These two clowns are our candidates. These two clowns. One can't put two sentences together, and the other one is a compulsive liar. I love that. I love the line in the debate where Trump says, "Yeah, in Virginia, they're aborting babies after they're born. After the baby is born, the mother and the doctor decide whether or not to kill it or not." I'm like, that's Donald. That's not abortion. That's called murder. Murder is not allowed in the United States of America. That's called murder. It's not allowed. So, only two things can possibly happen if you don't like Biden. If you don't like Biden, there's only two options for you right now. First of all, we're gonna look at these two morons here. Okay? Moron number one is your tall white guy, the governor of the great state of California, Mr. Gavin Newsom. And a lot of people are throwing around Gavin Newsom's name. And I'm here to tell you, that's not going to happen. Why isn't it going to happen? Because Gavin Newsom, number one, does not want to run right now. He wants to run in 2028. He does not want to run right now. Doesn't want it. Doesn't want the job. Even if he wanted it, he couldn't have it. Because the only thing that can happen right now is, step one, Biden steps down. He has to do it voluntarily. No one's going to do it for him. There is no dark room with smoke and Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and Bill Clinton are deciding that they want to put up Gavin Newsom. No, it's not going to happen. Or that the delegates are not going to vote for Biden. The delegates are already in, folks. They're already in. 398 delegates. He only needs like 220. He's got like 398. They're already in. They're locked. They're locked in. Okay? They're locked in. Okay. So, let's just say Joe has a senior moment, falls down the stairs, hits his head, and he's in the hospital in coma. Or Hunter and Jill Biden convince Joe he can't do the job. Joe, you have to step down. Okay. Joe steps down. What happens then? All the delegates and all the money that they have already raised for his campaign goes to, oh, look at the balloons. Look at the balloons. I got balloons. I got balloons, folks. Look at the balloons. Goes to Ms. Kamala Harris. Ms. Kamala Harris, right there. Goes to Ms. Kamala Harris. That's where all the delegates and the money goes to. So if you don't like Biden, you get Kamala Harris. Now, before we close out this topic and get to some fun stuff, I'm going to tell you this. There has been a development this week. Kamala Harris has a 37% approval rate within the Democratic Party. However, something happened this week, and I don't know if you saw it or not. And what happened was this. They did a poll. The national poll. Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. And the results were, folks, shocking. Shocking results. You know what the results were? Kamala Harris only trails Donald Trump by 2 points. She hasn't even been running. There's nobody running this campaign for Kamala Harris. She has no campaign at all. And she's only 2 points away from Donald Trump. That's how bad Donald Trump is. People that are Republicans don't even like Donald Trump. Okay, let's move on to something a little bit more fun. At least for me. I hope it'll be fun for you. So let's get rid of these idiots off the screen. And let's move that arrow down. Look at me. Look at me go. Look at me go. Just started working on this software like 3 hours ago. I've already mastered it. Mastered the software. Okay. Let's talk AI art. You may not be familiar with AI art, but once this software on the internet called Midjourney came along, my artist people that I follow on Instagram, I won't call them friends, I almost call them friends, not my artist friends. I don't have any artist friends. I don't hang around with artists. We don't go to beatnik bars and talk about AI art. That's not what we do. The people that I follow on Instagram got their panties all but a bunch, and they started posting stuff like, do not support AI artists. AI art is not art. Blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something. And I didn't get this image. Gosh darn it. I wanted to get this image. Hold on one second. Let me find it. Talk amongst yourselves. Everybody. Move your feet and feel united. There is an 80s and 90s artist, and his name is Drew Struzan. Drew Struzan did a lot of art like this. This is Blade Runner, so he did Blade Runner, right? So, and this is a drawing, folks. That's a drawing. Drew used a combination of colored pencil, watercolor, and airbrush to create these images, right? Okay, get that one off my screen. He also did, let's see. Oh, this is a classic one. This is the Raiders of the Lost Ark poster, okay? So you can find Drew anywhere. His name is Drew Struzan. It's right there. Drew Struzan. Okay, so a funny thing happens. Late 80s, or I'm sorry, mid 90s to 1999, 2000. Like 1995 to 2000. And this is when I went back to school because I never graduated from my school. I went 3 years. My parents ran out of money and I had to drop out. So I was supposed to graduate in the 80s. I went back to school in the 90s. And this is why I went back to school, so that I could learn Photoshop. So a funny thing came along called Photoshop, which put Drew Struzan out of business. Now, Drew still works. You can find his movie posters online because nowadays they create many, many movie posters. But a thing called Photoshop came along. Now, we don't need Drew to draw this anymore. Now I can create Photoshop images. As a matter of fact, for my final project, I did a Photoshop movie poster and business card and flyers, all based around this fake movie that I called Rough Cut. And it was a movie about Tom Cruise, who's a diamond heister, and Rosie O'Donnell, who accidentally gets roped in. And it was a funny buddy comedy action adventure movie of the late 90s, right? A la Lethal Weapon, that sort of thing. And I guarantee you, during that time, people like Drew Struzan cursed technology and said, Photoshop is putting me out of business. Well, the same thing is happening now with AI art. Now, if you're not familiar with AI art, I have some examples for you. Here's example number one. That is Dumbledore in the classic Disney style animation. It's pretty good now, isn't it? Now that is an AI image. It's pretty damn good. I ended up making a TikTok video with all the characters from Harry Potter in the Disney style. Let's take a look at another one. There's Lord Voldemort. Again, look at the background, right? Look at the background. It looks just like a classic Disney cell where they paint the background and then they put the character on top. It's called cell animation. It's perfect, right? Now, if I put those up on my Instagram, and if you want to check out my Instagram is The Walrus Life, if you would like to check that out, and you will see AI artwork on my Instagram, as well as my own artwork. But I always prompt my AI artwork with hashtag AI, hashtag Midjourney, right? And I was talking to my cousin, who's a documentarian, and he is completely against AI. He hates AI. He says large corporations will never use it because it can't be copyrighted, and it's not real art. Poster. Now, there is something else I wanted to show you here. If I can find it. No, I can't find it. Gosh darn it. Oh, no, is that it? I think this might be it. Let's see. Is that it? Oh, it's unofficial. Okay. The movie Civil War made an AI movie poster. Now, their classic one was the Statue of Liberty torch, but they made several others. As we've already discussed, now movie companies are making several different variants on their movie posters, right? And so I said to my cousin, I said, cuz, they're already doing this. There's no stopping it. It's already here. Now, let me show you how AI has completely changed my work as a web designer, okay? Let me see if I can pull this up for you guys. Again, like I start talking and then I remember, oh yeah, I should show them this, and I don't have it ready. But hold on. I've been doing a website for a cabin rentals. And a lot of times, let me see if I can find it here. No, it's not even. Gosh darn it. This is great podcasting, Jim. I'm so glad I decided to tune in. This is great. I really want to show you guys this. Let me see here. All right. I think I got it. Okay, here we go. Got it. Okay. So, the owner sent me photos like this. This is a photo for the website. Now, as you can see, it's cropped very, very close. And I don't know why it's cropped that way, but I want a header for a website, and I want this image to be like this, right? To fit in the header. But obviously I can't do that like that because it totally distorts it. So what did I do in the past? Well, I would fill this side in and fill this side in. But now with Photoshop, I can do this. Bam. Let me bring up the original one again, just for comparison. So, this is the original. And if we put the original over this like this, you see all around here? That's all AI generated. It generated the trees. It generated the shadow at the bottom. It generated the sky. It generated all the stuff on the left and the right. Look. Look at that. Cropped to uncropped. So that has literally saved me many, 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 many hours as far as a web designer goes. Let's look at some more AI. Okay, we got Dumbledore. And so the reason why I bring this up is because I want you to understand that as an artist, nobody wants their art to be stolen, but it happens all the time, right? I know a guy that completely copied Patrick Nagel's style. If you don't know who Patrick Nagel is, please Google it. I'm not going to waste my time trying to bring that up for you. But there is a guy named Craig Drake, I believe, and he copies Patrick Nagel's style. I would never do that. But this is how you use AI properly. Not only that cabin thing, but I had a company and they run a live concert venue. And they wanted all these icons. And one of the icons that they wanted was, this is a standing only event center, right? So as you can see, you can use AI to create icons. If I can't find an icon, I can just use AI to create it, right? They said, "Oh, we have food here. Don't bring in your own food." Okay. They had, "Don't bring in guns." Now you see how the gun and the burger are they almost look like they're from the same icon set. Obviously, the burger is a little bit more minimalistic, and it's got a harsher stroke to it. But this is the correct way to use AI. It's also doing a website for people that live, or the business is in Portland, Oregon. Look at that gorgeous illustration. That was done in AI. Now, let's keep this real, because my cousin had a very good point. And that point was, don't sell AI artwork. And I'm with you. Don't sell AI artwork. Okay? That AI is taking pictures from all over the internet and squishing them all together in a matter of seconds and spitting something out. It's copying from other artists around the internet. That's probably not a good idea, but if I'm using it for an icon or a background of Oregon, like, who cares? I'm not that stuck up about it. If AI wants to use one of my images out of tens of thousands to amalgamate one different image, I don't care. I could care less. Take my art. Don't care. Finally, this is a really cool image that I made in AI because I was making a website for a car wash company. Now, obviously, some Photoshop has to be done on this, because I wouldn't want the two colored paint on the car, because it looks like it's paint, not mud. So I would have to do some work on this in Photoshop, but I think that's pretty damn cool. So that's my thoughts on AI artwork. What are your thoughts on AI artwork? Are you for it or against it? Do you not give a shit? Leave your comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave your comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Listen, look at me. I look like Captain Lee from Below Deck. If you haven't seen me in 10 years, I'll bet you're shocked. I'll bet you're literally shocked to see how old I am now. And like I said before, listen, I know I'm another old white guy on the internet, but I was gonna save this for the future of the show. Over here, I was gonna save this for the future of the show, but I think this is a good time to take a little bit of a break from the topics and tell you that listen, I'm not trying to be one of these haters because we're gonna get into that once we get into streaming shows. I'm not a hater. I'm not a left wing nut job. I'm not a right wing woke idiot. I am the voice of reason. And I believe that there's a space for me on the internet. Because when you have the left wing nut jobs and the right wing wokers, there is a place to meet in the middle. Namaste. It's called common sense. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for, folks. That's what I'm here for. Deborah! Give me a beer, Deborah. Somebody give me a beer, Deborah. All right, moving on to box office this weekend. Whoop, nope, don't want to do that. Where's my arrow? Click on the arrow. Okay, arrow. Moving on down to box office this weekend. So, I don't know if you notice this, but there's a little thing. Where are the rest of my things? Okay. I thought I had this show all wrapped up, but I guess I don't. I guess I was talking smack about how freaking great I am at this shit, and I don't have the rest of these topics lined up. Fuck me. That's all right. That's okay. I've got it covered. Don't worry. I'll do it live. I'll do it live. There's a little movie out there called Inside Out. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but it just reached $1 billion. The fastest animated movie to reach $1 billion. Now, you may ask, is it the biggest? No, not even close. It's not even close. It's not even close to the biggest. It's in 12th place right now. Might have jumped up to 9th in the last couple of days, but that's where it is. Top spot goes to the animated CGI Lion King movie. There's also a bunch of other movies ahead of it. Some of them called Despicable Me, and some of them called Minions. And there's a little movie that came out today called Despicable Me 4. That's right. There it is. I told you I could do it on the fly. Doing it on the fly, baby. On the fly. Now, I don't like these movies. I don't like them at all. I pretty much dislike them. I saw Despicable Me 1, and that was all I needed. Never need to go back again. Didn't see Minions. Didn't see Despicable Me 2 or 3. Didn't see Minions 2. Did they make a 3 one? I don't know. This movie could bring the Inside Out 2 run to a halt. We're talking hitting the brick wall here, folks. But we'll see. We'll see. That's all I have for that. Don't want to go into it any more than that. That's it. This is gonna be a quick show, folks. I'm just coming back now. It's gonna be a quick show. I don't want to spend too much time on each topic. Okay? But I will spend a little time on the next topic. Because this is what you're here for. You're here for my opinion. That's right. I know. That's what you're here for. Please. You're dumb. I'm smart. You want the actual opinion. You want to be like, I believe in what the walrus says. Nobody else. The walrus is the best. He knows everything. Streaming shows. Okay. The first streaming show that I want to talk about is, let's see, The Acolyte. The Acolyte. Let's bring that up. Oh yeah, baby. There we go. The Sith men, they love to get naked on screen, don't they? Woo woo. Oh my goodness. Oh my stars and garters. Look at them. That is just too much sex for my TV set. They are just too scrumptious. Look at them. Oh my goodness, I'm getting the vapors. Stop. Yeah, I don't know why we have to look at so many men in Star Wars. Not sure why that is. But hey, you know what? The showrunner is a female lesbian. She probably likes this sort of thing. I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not a lesbian. I don't know. How would I know? How would I know what a lesbian likes? I don't know. Lesbian showrunner decides she wants to put the Sith with no top. Take the top off. Take it off, baby. Take it off. Um, I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. Not. I'm not gonna knock the show because it's got lesbian witches in it. Even though I'm not sure why Star Wars needs lesbian witches. Somebody just tell me. Somebody just tell me. Who is this show made for? Who is this show made for? It's not made for Star Wars fans, that's for sure. So who is this made for? Is this made for like casual fans? Is this made for women? Is this made for lesbian women? I don't know. It's not made for me. And I'm sorry to let you know. I know this is going to trigger a few of you snowflakes out there. But you're looking at it. You're looking at the OG Star Wars fan. 1977, 8 years old. My dad took me to Star Wars. 1981 changed my life when Empire Strikes Back came out. Did not care for Ewoks. Whole nother story. Prequels, blow. Whatever. I'm the OG fan. I'm the OG fan. You want to make a lesbian show about witches? Go for it. I don't care. I think they probably did on the Disney Channel. It's probably called Agatha. That show's probably about lesbian witches. I don't know. All I know is this type of stuff here. Here. I'll have to get used to it at one point in time. Here. This type of stuff here. This type of stuff. Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. Now, I may get you jazzed. That's great. Not here to, as Nick Vial says, yuck on your yum. I'm not here to yuck on your yum. Because if you find this yummy, if you find this yummy, is this your cup of tea? You find it yummy? Great for you. Great for you. Goodbye. You already have your shit. It's called Bridgerton. You already have your shit. Imagine if you were watching Bridgerton and this toxic male walks in with a lightsaber and starts killing off the fat girls and calling them fat, which is what they are on Bridgerton. At least that one girl. I don't watch the show. I don't know. But imagine if that happened. Would you be upset? Would you say, oh my God, why are they ruining Bridgerton? And then if you said that, you'd be totally fine. No, nobody said anything. Nobody said, oh, maybe you shouldn't say that. Maybe you should say, no, you can say it all you want. So, The Acolyte, this is not my cup of tea. Don't like it. I continue to watch it. It's okay. If you haven't seen it, it's not as bad as people are telling you it is. It's just not good. It's not bad per se. I wouldn't give it a failing grade. I wouldn't say, wow, this is just junk. But I would say it's probably a C+. So if C+ is your cup of tea, great. Check it out. The next show that I want to talk about, we only have 6 shows, and they won't be all as long as that. Obviously, I've got a lot to say about The Acolyte. Okay. I don't have much to say about this next one, other than I'm extremely disappointed. This is, ladies and gentlemen, as I like to call it, Hot D. This is Hot D, otherwise known as House of the Dragon. Hot D. Hot D. Woo, Hot D. And we got some Hot D on that show last Sunday, didn't we, folks? That's right. No breasts to be seen. Remember Game of Thrones where we had breasts everywhere? Not in Hot D. Not in Hot D. We don't get to see a breast in Hot D. We get to see the D though. Yeah, we got D. We got D, man. Yeah, love the D. Again, I'm not here to talk about the D. Don't really care. Doesn't really affect me. Seeing a penis, I really don't care. Look at me. I'm an old person. I don't care about penis. Okay? What I do care about is the show. And I'm watching the John Campea show. And I thought the first episode of Hot D was pretty good. And I'm watching the John Campea show. And John Campea and everybody else is like, oh my God, the show, it's back. It's back, baby. Show's fan-fucking-tastic. I found the first one. It was okay. A little bit slow, but hey, first show back. A little bit slow. That's fine. It's first show back. Then the second episode drops. And I say to myself, ooh, that's not good. That's actually boring. It's actually boring as fuck. Boring AF, as the kids say today. Boring AF. Oh my god. Stop it. It was boring AF. That show does not eat. But the John Campbell show, loved it. Oh, the show is so great. I know there's going to be people out there saying, this is boring. It's because you don't understand drama. You don't understand character development. Oh, the nuance. The nuance. Listen, I care about character development. I care about story. But it can't be boring every fucking week. Excuse my French. Can I say that on YouTube? I'm not sure. And then episode 3 dropped last Sunday. I literally got a headache because it was so boring. I don't care what you say about this show. It's boring AF. It's boring AF. Next show that I want to talk about is a little show called The Boys. Let me bring up the picture. Where is it? Where's the boys? Where are the boys? There he is. There he is, Homelander, on a little show called The Boys. And I love this show. I love this show. Here's the thing about this show. Is I have Trump friends. Yes, I know. Hard to believe. I actually have Trump friends. I have Trump friends, folks. I have Trump friends that watch the show and like this show. And here's my question. Do Trumpers know that The Boys is making fun of them? Do they know that Homelander is Donald J. Trump? Do they know that? I wonder. I don't think they do. Firecracker on the show is probably Tommy Lauren. I don't know if you know who that is. Look her up. She's hot. All right. Fantastic show. Best show on television by far. And then my cousin told me yesterday that this show is ending this week. What? What? Is that true? Is that true? It's over already? It's over already. 6 shows, I believe? That's it? Fuck off. Fuck off, Amazon. Just go right off and go fuck yourself. Okay. The next show I want to talk about is season 3 of The Bear. I love The Bear. I love this show. There's cousin right there, and all the rest of the cast. You know, if you're into diverse cast, then there you go. They have a wicked diverse cast. And I don't hate it. I love it. Love it. I don't love it because it's got a diverse cast. I love it because it's such a great show. So you can imagine. You can imagine my excitement when Hulu said we are going to drop all the episodes at once. Oh my gosh, all the episodes of The Bear at once. Oh, can it get any better? Can it get any better? Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen, brother? Amen. 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 The Bear. And then I started watching season 3. Okay, the first one, okay, it's a little bit artsy. It's a little bit artsy. Going through the past. It's a little bit artsy. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You have a great show. You're allowed to do an artsy show. It's fine. And then the second show dropped. And it was 35 minutes of just yelling, which gave me anxiety attack. And then the third episode dropped, and I hated that one. Now I don't even watch. I've tried to watch the fourth one like 4 times. Literally 4 times. I'm 15 minutes in. 5 minutes in. Oh, no, I can't take it. Next day. 5 more minutes. Oh, no, I can't take it. Next day. 5 more. They signed up for a 4th season. I really hope it goes back to the way it was because I do not like the show. I do not like it. Green eggs and ham. Okay. I want to talk about two more shows. This show, I know a lot of people don't have Apple TV, but Apple TV is amazing, and you really need to be watching this show right here. It is called Dark Matter. If you know nothing about Dark Matter, don't look it up. When I went to go get went to go get a screenshot for Dark Matter, I saw another poster that was like 16 by 9, which is like, the size of this screen. So the poster was the size of this screen, and the poster actually gave away secrets of this show. So if you know nothing about it, check it out on Apple TV. If you don't have Apple TV, get Apple TV because it's got amazing shows on it. Just get it to churn just 1 month. Watch a bunch of these good shows on there, and then dump it and come back next year. But there's a lot of great shows. Silo is another great show on that. Severance is a great show. The one with Harrison Ford is a great show where he's a psychologist. There's just a ton of great shows. Don't look up anything on Dark Matter. Trust me, this is fantastic. And finally, my final show that I want to talk about is on Peacock. It's on Peacock. It's on the Peacocks. And it is called Love Island USA. Look at all the hot people, folks. Look at all the hotties. Look at all the hot people. Doesn't matter if you're straight, if you're a straight woman, a straight male. Doesn't matter if you're gay. Doesn't matter if you're bi. Doesn't matter. Look at all the hot folks. It's got something for everybody. It's got something for everybody. What I love about this show is, they're all 20-somethings. And what I love about this show is that it does the reverse of what you might think. Whereas you might think that these are all, you might call them whores, which I never call anybody a whore, because a whore is somebody that gets paid. If you're not getting paid, you're not a whore. I call you a slut. And you would think that all the girls on this show are sluts. You'd be wrong. All the men on this show are sluts. You see the white boy right here? I think his body count is like 150. This guy right here, his body count's like 75. This girl, her body count is like 30. And this girl's body count is like 15. So all the men are the sluts on the show. I mean, average, somewhere around there. But you'll find out if you watch the show. What a great show. So much drama. So much 20-something drama. And these people are morons. They are so stupid. Watch the show and you will feel very, very smart. All right. On to the next one. We're just burning through these. I need a drink. 15 minutes. All right. This next one is called Casting Wolverine. And as you guys know, in just 3 weeks' time, we will be finally set to see in the theaters a little movie called Deadpool Wolverine. In 3 weeks, we will finally get Deadpool Wolverine. Now, I've heard a lot of people talk about this movie, and I don't think it's a secret that this movie is a multiverse movie. I know. We hate the multiverse. Kevin Feige. My name is Troy the Impaler. I just want to tell Kevin Feige that we hate the multiverse, Kevin. Get rid of it. We hate the multiverse. And a lot of people are saying that there is going to be hundreds of cameos from other multiverse characters, like maybe another Wolverine. Maybe we're going to see Eric Bana's Hulk. Maybe we'll see Tim Burton. What's his name? The other guy, blanking his name. Edward Norton's Hulk. We're going to be seeing Lady Deadpool. We're going to see maybe a couple of Spider-Man. Blah, 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 blah. And let me tell you something. They said the same thing. If you remember, they said the same thing about Doctor Strange and what was it called? Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. And people said, "Oh, they're going to be cameos." Now, there's going to be cameos in this movie, yes, but not as many as you think. And despite what Hugh Jackson said the last time, when he said, "I'm never doing Wolverine ever again," this time, it's probably the last time. So, that being said, I thought it would be fun to look at the Hollywood. Let me see if I can find it. No, that's not it. Oh, gosh darn it. See, I had this all set and ready to go, and then now I fucked it up. Vegas odds for Wolverine. Wolverine actors. Okay, here we go. Got it. All right. Okay, here we go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to go 10 up to number 1. Okay? So the first one is this guy who you might know. Carl Urban, otherwise known as Billy the Butcher. Now, Carl definitely has a Wolverine look. But what puts this guy in 10th place is 2 things. 1, he's too tall. 2, he's too old. Okay? Too old. We want a younger Wolverine. Okay. Let's see. Number 9. And you might not like this, but I'm going to show you an image and it's going to change your mind. Okay? So, imagine Harry Potter himself, there he is, as Wolverine. You cannot tell me that Daniel Radcliffe is not giving you Wolverine all over your body. That is screaming Wolverine. What I like about this is Daniel Radcliffe is a fantastic actor. He's wicked short, and look at how ripped he can get. Imagine him as Wolverine. That would be friggin' fabulous. Let's see one more picture of Daniel Radcliffe, just so you can see how jacked he can get. Look at that. Look at how jacked that guy is. He's jacked. He's jacked. All right. Well, he's number 9. Let's see who number 8 is. Number 8 is this guy, Zac Efron. Zac Efron. If you only know Zac Efron from High School Musical, there he is on the left. On the right, there he is, super jacked, super steroided up. I worry for Zac Efron because I know he was on human growth hormone and steroids. That was for the movie Iron Claw, which I've seen, which I did not like. You may have liked it. I did not like it at all. I could not get over Zac Efron's 70s haircut. His jawline is really weird, and he's super short. And he's supposed to be playing a 6'1" wrestler. Now, what I like about Zac Efron is he is super short, and Wolverine is super short. However, I prefer Zac Efron in his Baywatch shape. Oh yeah, there it is. There's the beefcake. Ooh, baby. There's the beefcake. I prefer Zac Efron in this condition as Wolverine rather than super jacked up when he was playing a wrestler. So that's what I prefer. I prefer that one. Okay. Moving on. So Zac Efron was number 8. This next guy, you ladies will know who this is. But I don't know who this is. Sorry. That's Jamie Dorman. I guess he was in the 50 Shades franchise. I don't know anything about him, so we're going to get rid of him. Okay. Next up, you know this guy. Charlie Hunnam. Charlie Hunnam. Sons of Anarchy. He's been in a ton of other stuff. I like him, but yeah, I can't see him as Wolverine. I think he's a little bit long in the tooth, and I haven't seen him that jacked, so I'm going to say no on Charlie Hunnam. Next up is the guy that we were just talking about in the last segment, coming in at number 5 is this guy, Jeremy Allen White. You might be saying, well, he's short like Wolverine, but can he get jacked like Wolverine? Well, he got jacked with Zac Efron for the Iron Claw, and if you don't think that he can get jacked, let me show you a picture of him from just the other day, hanging out with his girlfriend at the beach. Here we go. Okay, so you ready? You ready for the beefcake? Look out! Here comes the beefcake. Ah, beefcake, beefy cake, beefy cake. Oh yes, there it is. Somebody stop me! Oh my goodness! I just want to lick him all over. Look at that beefy cake. He's a beefcake. So yeah, he could get jacked as well, and he's short like Wolverine, and I think he's a great actor, and I think he could pull it off. But he's he's only at number 4. Oh, I'm sorry, number 5. Coming in at number 4, I hate this. I hate this one. Can't stand it. Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill is too old. He's too British, and he's starring in and he was formerly Superman. He can't make the former Superman Wolverine. He's too tall. He's too old, and he's also starring in the new reboot of Highlander. So no, absolutely not. How does Vegas odds have Henry Cavill as Wolverine at number 4? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. All right. Coming in at number 3, probably not too familiar with this guy. You've seen him around. You're like, oh yeah, I've seen that guy. It's Clint Eastwood's son, Scott Eastwood. He was in a Fast and the Furious movie. He's been in some other action movies. He's pretty, as far as I'm concerned, pretty unforgettable as an actor. So far, he hasn't really broken through. But I like his look. He's a handsome kid. He's young enough. I don't know if he's short enough. Possibly. But Vegas likes him at number 3. Okay. Getting down to the final 2 here. Final 2. This guy, who I utterly fucking hate with a passion. This fucking tool. Tom Hardy from the Venom movies. He looks like a tool. He acts like a tool. He's got a voice. Did you see him in the Bike Riders preview trailer? He's like, no, don't worry, we're fine. They won't mess with us. They won't mess with us because we have colors. We have colors. He talks like Mike Tyson. I can't stand him. Ugh. Ugh. I will boycott Marvel if they cast him. But he's number 2. Coming in at number 1. Ready? Drum roll, please. Coming in at number 1 is this guy. Where are you? Great. The number one guy. I don't have him ready. Where are you? No, no. Here we go. Got him. Taron Egerton. I really like this pick. You may know him from the Kingsman movies, as well as an Apple television show called Blackbird. Here's your Wolverine. This is the guy. I love this guy. He's great. He's got the look. He can easily get the build, and he is totally short. And I love that. I like this guy. He's my number one. My number two is probably Daniel Radcliffe because I would just love to see that. It's just such a weird pick. But there you go. And finally, because I got to get out of here, because I need a drink, and we're gonna keep the show an hour. We're gonna keep it nice and tight. Finally, the future of this show. I want to talk about what my plans are for the show moving forward. First of all, comment below what time you would like this show live in your life. What would be great for you? And make sure to put the time zone that you're in. So if you're like, I want this at 9 o'clock, but you're in the Western time zone, you put that down. Okay? Put down Pacific time zone. What time would be great for you? What time would be great for you to interact with me on this show? What time is great for you? Comment that below. Where I see the show going is I want to do a weekly show to start with and then possibly expand from the weekly show. I know that John Campea does his show at 10:30 in the morning, California time, 2:30 in the afternoon, my time here on the East. I don't know who watches that show. He's got like 1,200 people watching. Are they all from Europe? Are they watching it at 8 o'clock at night in Europe? I don't know who watches that show. You tell me. I mean, if the show was on in the afternoon, would you watch it? Could you watch it at your desk at work? I mean, I don't know a whole lot of people that would do that. Grace Randolph does the same thing. She does a 3:30 in the afternoon show out of New York. And she's got a ton of people watching. Okay, next. I'd like support from you guys as viewers. You've been with me for like 20 years. I want you to continue to be with me. And I want to start up whatever it is you want to easily give me. There's a guy that's a lot like me. His name is Robert Meyer Burnett. Robert Meyer Burnett used to co-host the John Campea Show every day for years. And then for some reason, he was fired. And now he's back. But he's doing something else now, so he's on hiatus for the month. I don't know what's going on over there at the John Campea Show. If you watch it, you'll understand. But Robert Meyer Burnett has a show called Robservations. I watch him. He doesn't do topics like I've just done, these topics. He doesn't do topics like these. He chooses like one topic and then talks for like 3 hours. Not my style. Not going to do that. But I'd be willing to open it up to forum. So also comment down below. Would you rather do multiple topics or just one? Would you rather just tune in for like an hour and have me spout off for an hour about topics, or would you like different topics? So leave that below. So time, topics. Next one. How do you want to support me in this channel? So I brought up Robert Meyer Burnett for a reason. Robert Meyer Burnett, when he went back to Robservations, he said, I want you as a member. If you are a member, you can talk in the member chat. Grace Randolph does this too. But Robert Meyer Burnett's membership was $1 a month. Would you be willing to give me $1 a month? Would you be willing to do that? Or would you rather give me $5 a month and get a bunch of cool stuff? Like your own, you can use emojis and only you guys can be in the chat and blah, 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 blah. You tell me, right? You tell me. Okay. Number 4, Patreon. As you can see behind me, I've got 2 posters. I know you can't see them very well. Yeah, I can move the camera. So I've got an Iron Man poster there, and then I've got a Darth Vader propaganda poster right there. Okay? Now, if you join my Patreon, let's say Patreon was $5 a month. You want to support me here? You want to support me with my artwork? What if every month you got a poster? You got not the actual physical poster, but the digital download that you can just upload to Walgreens and go pick it up. What if you got digital artwork from me every month? Would that be something you'd be interested in on a tier level, right? $1, $5, $10, whatever. Would that be something you were interested in? Comment down below. I want to get back to where I was before. Obviously, that's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of effort. But I want you to comment. If you're happy to see me, comment that down below. And also, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like, what? Why does every YouTube channel that you go to say, please like and subscribe? Well, I'm going to tell you why. It's because liking and subscribing, right? So if you like something, it gets put in a pool so that it also shows you, so the YouTube algorithm can show you other things like this that you may like. But more importantly, it's going to show other people that like the same content you do. It's going to bring up mine as a suggestion. Hey, I know that you like all this stuff. The walrus and zebrafish fit in there over here. But that only does that if you like it. And subscribe so that you can never miss a show. So that when you jump on YouTube, my show comes up and says, hey, the walrus broadcasted this last week. You want to watch it? So you can click the bell if you want. Who the fuck cares about the fucking stupid bell? But like and subscribe. Oh, also, finally, this is very important. Nobody else does this. And there's probably a reason for it. None of my other shows I watch have an interactive show. And an interactive show doesn't mean just comments, super chats. They do that. What if you could call into my Skype line? What if I paid for a Skype number and you could call in? Now, like I said, there's probably a reason why nobody else does this, is because if you have 1,200 people watching at the same time, the Skype line would go freaking crazy. But what if I gave that Skype line only open to a certain tier on Patreon or a certain tier here on YouTube? Like you have to subscribe for $20 a month to get my phone number. I don't know. You let me know. In the beginning, I could probably do it because I only have freaking 2 people watching. So I could probably do it in the beginning. But all that, like, comment, and subscribe below. Even though it's July 3rd and tomorrow is a holiday, I have to go work, folks. I got work to do. I actually have work to do. And I'm still friggin' totally sober, which sucks. Got a Diet Mountain Dew in my hand. I hate doing this show sober. I hate it. But tell me what a good time is for you. The problem is I have a roommate now, and the roommate sleeps in the living room on the couch. I don't know why he likes it there. So he's got a weird work schedule. He's working right now, which is why I can do the show and be as loud as possible. But if he wasn't working right now, he'd be asleep. He goes to sleep at like 8:30 at night. He's like a 90-year-old man. He's not literally a 90-year-old man. He just acts like a 90-year-old man. He goes to sleep like 8:30 at night. Who goes to sleep at 8:30? Like, dude, you got to allow me to do the show between 7 and 9. I don't think that's too much to ask. See how loud I am right now? He would totally hear me. So, anyway, that's my show. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for saying hi. I appreciate it. I want to be back in your life. Don't you miss me? I want to be back in your life. Tell your friends. I'm back. I'm back, baby. Look out for the next show. I don't know when it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a regular schedule. I don't know what times. I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Until the next time. Same bad time. No, it's not. Until the next time. I'll catch you on the flip side.